And of course, I'm talking about what happened in Louisiana and in Minnesota. And I will also be talking about what happened in Dallas in my next video. But focusing in on what happened in Louisiana and in Minnesota, just horrible, horrible things. So let me tell you what happened. And I'm sure you already know, but let me refresh your memory. So in Baton Rouge, police responded to a call after midnight Tuesday involving a black man who was standing outside of a convenience store or a gas station and who was selling CDs. Now this man's name was Alton Sterling, and the caller claimed that Sterling had a gun. So the police, when they arrived, I don't have a full video, but after a while they tackled Alton and then shot him multiple times as he was pinned to the ground. There have been reports that he had a gun. They said they pulled a gun from his pocket after he had been shot. They also said he was reaching for his gun. But you can watch the video here and tell me if you agree with that or not. Take a look.
Oh shit! They shot him? Oh my fucking goodness!
They killed this boy.
Oh.
Hey bro, you fucking move, I swear to God. Hey bro, you're on the ground. Careful, man. You see me getting shot fire. Fuck.
So then, the next day in Falcon Heights, Minnesota, Philando Castile and his fiance, Diamond Reynolds or Lavish Reynolds, were pulled over for a traffic stop. And so apparently when Philando was reaching for his license and registration, he and his girlfriend did inform the cop that he had a gun, but they also informed him that he had a license and a permit to carry. Yet this didn't stop the cop from shooting him 5 times, and Philando later died in the hospital. His girlfriend, though, however, did a Facebook Live video, and warn you, and I should have warned you with the other video. It's graphic. If you don't like seeing blood, definitely look away.
Stay with me. We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back, and the police he's covered. He killed my boyfriend. He's licensed. He's licensed to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket, and he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for his wallet, and the officer just shot him in his arm. We're waiting for a back. I will, sir. No worries. I will. Fuck! He just shot his arm off. We got pulled over on Larpener.
I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand out.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license. Oh my God! Please don't tell me he's dead. Please don't tell me my boyfriend just went like that.
Keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are. Please don't tell me this, Lord. Please, Jesus, don't tell me that he's gone. Please don't tell me that he's gone. Please, officer, don't tell me that you just did this to him. You shot 4 bullets into him, sir. He was just getting his license and registration, sir.
Get the female passenger out.
Man, exit the car right now with your hands up. Let me see your hands. Exit now.
Now, of course, The response to a lot of this has been about what you would expect. There have been protests, there have been right-wingers blaming the victims. There have been people looking into the past of these individuals. And to that I say, the past does not matter. What matters is what's going on in the moment, in the present. And in the present, these men weren't doing anything wrong. They were following orders. Alton was on the ground. He was pinned. We can neither confirm nor deny that he was reaching for anything because the officers' body cameras were dislodged and thus didn't record it. The videos that we have of the situation don't show the other side, and of course you also can't see, one side of Alton because the car in the way. But then with Philando, he was following procedure. He was getting out his license and registration and was shot 5 times. So you may notice that this channel has done quite a few of these videos, and in each one I typically say about the same thing. And I say that because I generally don't know what to say anymore with these kinds of situations. There's a reason why I hesitated when I was coming up with my topics for this week of what to cover, and this being one of them. I knew it was going to be extremely hard for me. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what can be said to make people finally wake up and start doing something. And when I say that, I mean everyone. I mean, this should be an issue where we could all come together and work together to make sure that we're all okay. Because this doesn't just affect the black people or the brown people. It affects all of us. And it's part of the reason why I didn't do a video about the Orlando shooting. I just don't know what to say anymore. We live in a country that has made it okay to just kill people. Kill our own brothers and sisters. And yes, when I say brothers and sisters, I mean you watching. You are my brother or sister. And I guess this is the point where I go back to the usual things you hear when these videos and when people cover these stories. If you can't do this job properly, if you can't de-escalate, if you can't approach a situation calmly and think the best of people instead of jumping to the worst, you can't be a cop. There are some good cops out there, but these stories are happening way too often. And the good cops are getting overshadowed mainly because they aren't standing up and doing something. Or at least we don't see them doing something. These men shouldn't have died for no reason. Sure, you can bring up the past, but like I just said, the past means nothing right now. This is the present. And in those moments, those men were doing nothing wrong. And yet we already have, of course we already have, immediately after people looking at their Facebook trying to figure out what kind of person they were, people looking into their past trying to figure out what they did in the past. I don't care about that. And you shouldn't either. The thing you should care about is that another human being was just senselessly and brutally murdered for no reason. without provocation. Philando did nothing wrong as he was sitting in his car. He was doing exactly what you were supposed to do, and that is get your license and registration. He informed the officer that he had a gun, and his girlfriend also informed the officer that he had a license and a permit to carry. That's what you're supposed to do. Alton was on the ground, pinned, and the other cop just started shooting. And for all those people that don't get what Black Lives Matter is about and what they're saying right now, it's not that Black Lives matter more than anyone else's. It's not that black people are more important. It's that we all matter, but black lives are getting treated as if they don't matter. And it's high time that black people stood up and did more. Fight back harder. I'm not saying get violent. That's not what I'm saying. But this has been going on for years, decades. And we sat idly by, we talk about it, but we would never really do something about it. And I'm glad now we're finally standing up, but it's been decades and decades of reinforcement that it's okay for a cop to kill a black person. It's like Tupac said, cop kills a nigga, he's a hero. We didn't listen then, and now it's up to millennials to try and fix the problems yet again of something that started much, much longer ago. And once we get the change we're looking for, we need not become complacent, because that's what keeps happening. We got free, we became complacent for a while. And then Jim Crow happened, and then we're like, okay, now we gotta fight again. And after we fought, and we got rid of Jim Crow and segregation, and we got equal rights, we got the ability to vote, we got complacent again. And they just kept coming. They just kept killing us. And we just kept letting them. And even started killing ourselves. Yes, that's not just a thing in black communities. White people kill each other just as much as black people kill each other. It's what happens when people live in close proximity to each other. We gotta do something. We have to radically change our politics, our criminal justice system, and unfortunately the cards on the table are not good cards.